Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment as the Tennessee Titans got their ass kicked today, 57-14. Yikes. And I apologize right now because you probably came to this video and you're probably expecting me to be really upset, to throw things, to do my best EDP 445 impersonation, and to go wild. You're not getting that today. I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, when you look in my life right now, I have bigger problems than the Tennessee Titans. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this game was so ridiculous, I don't think you can conclude anything. And this NFL season thus far has been so ridiculous to the point where I don't think we can conclude anything almost off of any game whatsoever this NFL season. The Titans lost today, and it was a horrible loss. It was an awful loss. But at the end of the day, they're 2-2. The New England Patriots are 2-2. The Houston Texans are 2-2. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 2-2. There's a crap load of teams that are 2-2. We've been through 4 games. It's too small of a sample size to conclude anything because this is the distinction. If we would have won this game or week 1, we'd be 3-1 and we'd be like, oh man, we're headed to the playoffs. But because we lost one more game, oh, we're headed for 8-8. It's a small sample size. Relax. We got our ass kicked today. And we kicked the Jacksonville Jaguars asses week 2, and the Jacksonville Jaguars kicked the Houston Texans ass week 1. How can we conclude anything? We can't conclude anything, so I'm not upset. I'm sorry if you're looking for someone that's upset. You're not going to see it today. But it was awful. Okay, so let's talk about how awful it was. I'll give props to the Houston Texans eventually. So hold on for that, Houston Texans fans, as I'm sure you're waiting on me to give you some crow. So today was awful. The defense stinks. We can't conclude that because they are stunk for 3 of the past 4 weeks. So we know that for certain. Week 1, they only gave up 26 points, but Derek Carr was throwing all over us. Last week, Russ Wilson kept going down the field, and then today, Deshaun Watson ripped us to shreds. The defense is truly bad. We know this. 3 out of 4 games, we know something now. And I knew this heading in. And you people were wondering why I was banging on the table during the offseason saying, we need to go out in free agency and sign some of these defensive players. I was telling you this again and again and again and again. AJ Boye, Calais Campbell, Stephon Gilmore, whoever, bring them to Tennessee. We had the money, we still have the money, and we refused to spend the money. It made no sense to me. And guess what we did? We drafted Adoree Jackson. Now look, people, I understand. He's a rookie, okay? That's the excuse. Well, if he's going to stink because he's a rookie, then don't play him until he's not a rookie. That's not an excuse. If you're going to be on the field, play, okay? Or get out. Because my excuse, if you put me in the NFL today, the excuse for me would be, oh, he's a rookie. He's never played professional football before. Who cares? He stinks. Get him out. Adoree Jackson stinks. Bad. Okay, and you saw the stat line during the game. He's given up the most touchdowns on this football team, most yards on this football team. And I think these stats were before the game, by the way. He's given up 2 touchdowns, 165 receiving yards, 14 completions to 22 attempts. If you throw to Adoree Jackson, it is likely the ball will be completed, and it is way too likely that pass will be caught for a touchdown, and there's a 0% chance as of this moment that pass will be intercepted. He is not good, okay? And I tried to warn you and tell you and tell you and warn you. During the draft process, after the draft process, I wish he was good. I really do, but he's not. Trey Davius White was sitting there for us to take. If you wanted a damn cornerback, you should have took him, okay? We took Adoree Jackson because he could play special teams. Ooh, he got a special teams touchdown last week that was called back. That's all we've gotten. Okay, and the occasional cute hurdle over a kicker Wow, Adoree Jackson, he stinks. Okay, he stinks. I don't know what Dick LeBeau was doing today. Dick LeBeau was ridiculous to me today. He didn't know what he was doing, calling zone coverages, rushing three, not leaving a quarterback spy. He was confused, not putting Logan Ryan on DeAndre Hopkins. That didn't make sense to me. Leaving way too much yardage for DeAndre Hopkins to operate. Nothing of what Dick LeBeau did today made any sense to me. It was an awful Dick LeBeau game. And he continues to blink. He continues to blink incessantly. All he does is blink because I don't know what's wrong with his eyes. Someone give this guy some eye drops, okay? He couldn't see anything today. It was bad for Dick LeBeau. So the defense stinks, and we know this. Okay, and again, we should have got Boye. We should have got Calais Campbell, who's on pace as of this moment. Calais Campbell is on pace for 20.5 sacks this season. For, I think, actually 22 sacks. Calais Campbell is on pace for 22 sacks this season, and we could have had 22. He's not going to get it, but damn it, he's on pace. And he had 4 sacks against which team? The Houston Texans. AJ Boye, okay? Who did he shut down? Damn near DeAndre Hopkins, okay? And the Jaguars beat the Texans. If you wanted to beat the Texans, you should have got Boye. You should have got Calais Campbell. You should have shelled out the money in free agency. This is what you should have done, okay? Because you went into the season, and we looked at our defense and we said it's not that good. You people that are Avery Williamson fans, where has he been? In 4 games, he's not here. He's not playing. He's not playing. And I told you when we signed this Sylvester Williams, I told you he's ass. He's even worse than I could imagine. That guy does nothing. Okay, if you ever want to just have fun looking at something, look at Sylvester Williams on the defensive line. You'll see a gluttonous glob, okay, on the defensive line that does literally nothing. He just gets pushed out of the way and then just waves his arms up in the air every play. He stinks. The defensive line stinks. Joel Casey's making the occasional play. Not enough for me right now. Sorry, Casey. This is true. Daquan Jones doesn't do nearly enough for me. Williamson stinks. Wesley Woodyard is okay. Jayon Brown has been disappointing me in the regular season. Hasn't done much of anything. Arakpo Morgan, I won't blame them too much today. I mean, they were really doing a lot of the stuff inside. Okay, they weren't going outside too much in terms of Watson or Lamar Miller running outside of the tackles. Our interior defensive line, interior linebackers today, they were ass. They were booty. Okay, the strong safeties, where were they at? Denoris Cersei, I didn't see him. Cyprian still injured. The defense, wow. Okay, we should have got free agents. We had the money. We still have the money, and we're not going to use it. And we're going to wait to draft this guy and that guy, and then perhaps in 3, 4, 5 years, we'll be ready to win a Super Bowl then. Okay, so until then, the defense is ass. Okay, and don't resign Williamson. Please, do not resign Avery Williamson. I don't want him back. Let him please leave. I know we love, no, he's doing nothing. He hasn't been here. Goodbye. I want Cameron Smith. I want that idiot from Texas, Malik Jefferson. I want a new inside linebacker in Tennessee, Williamson's booty. Okay, so the defense is ass. The offense, I'm not that upset about. Okay, Mariota had 2 interceptions today, and they were both on him, okay, but other than that, he looked good, right? I mean, we didn't see much, though. He had the 2 touchdown runs. One was a 34-yard, it was great. Other one was a nice little 5-yard, it was really good. Great, okay, but he got injured, okay, and now it's a problem. We have to address it, okay? We now may have an injury problem, Marcus Mariota. Now, we don't know how bad this injury is, okay? It could be a torn hamstring, it could be a strained hamstring, it could be something I can't even fathom right now. But he is leaving the damn games too much, okay? Every season. This is now the 3rd season in which he has left a football game, and right now, again, it's way too early, but even if it's just a strained hamstring, I don't think he's going to play next week. For him to be taken out of this game, that's not a good sign at all. So, injury concerns with Marcus Mariota right now, and we weren't able to develop an offensive flow and chemistry until this game was already out of the reach, and then Matt Castle came in, and he was awful. He was terrible. He was awful. And we know this. We know Matt Castle stinks, and some people are upset, right? They're saying, get rid of Matt Castle. Dude, the backup quarterbacks in this league are ass, okay? They're ass. Your best shot is Brock Osweiler or Jacoby Brissett or whatever. The grass looks greener, but trust me, Matt Castle's fine. People started to say the K word. Okay, he who should not be named, who's currently not in the league. I'm not bringing him up because we got too many conservatives in Tennessee, and I got too many liberals in my comment section, and we're not starting that conversation today. Okay, but people started to say the K word. Look, if they called him up, I wouldn't care. People here would, and it'd be a problem. I don't think we should bring him in here because I think Tennessee's too conservative for that. It'd be a problem here. Okay, so that's my stance on that. I know it sucks because we're putting politics over football, but they would intertwine when you bring he who should not be named here. Okay, so that's all I'm saying about that. You know, wide receivers, Rashard Matthews continues to make plays. Someone felt, Paul Kuharski, okay, he felt that, first of all, you should pay him if you want to hear anything that he wants to say nowadays. But he felt that Rashard Matthews should have fought more for the ball in that interception. No, he did enough. He did all he could. He was fine. He had the catch of the day today. Rashard Matthews is good. Okay, he's one of the top 30 wide receivers in the league. He's good. There's not really much to conclude out of the receiving game. The whole offense, I don't think you can conclude anything. I don't think you can conclude anything out of the offense. When Matt Castle came in, who cares? Because we know he stinks. He's a backup. He stinks. That's why he's a backup. All backups stink. They all stink. Okay, if you're a backup and you're good, you're playing for the 49ers, right? Brian Hoyer, that's the best backup in the league. Now he's starting, and he won't be soon. That's the way it works. All the backups stink. Every backup stinks. They stink. That's why they're a backup. Relax on this Matt Castle hate. He was awful. He's a backup. Backups stink. That's the rule. Welcome to the NFL. So, you know, that's it. Again, look, I'm not that upset. I'm just ranting on stuff because I like to rant on stuff, but it's fine. We're 2-2. I saw us going 11-5. I'm not changing. Why should I change? One win or one loss? It was a horrible loss. I tell you all the time, I don't really care if you lose by 3 or lose by 40. I don't care. What's your record? 2-2? Okay. I mean, you can say we're on pace for 8-8. We're either going to be on pace for 8-8 if we're 2-2, 4-12 if you're 1-3, or 12-4 if you're 3-1. The sample size is too small to say you're on pace for this record. You're going to be this record. The sample size is way too small. What are our next 3 games? Dolphins, Colts, Browns. WWW to me. Okay, and maybe we'll choke one. But if we choke one of those, then we'll probably beat the Ravens later on in the season when we shouldn't. Maybe the Steelers are for lucky and whatever. I still have this team going 11-5. I'm not backing down. Why should I back down? What was the record this time last year? 1-3? What'd they finish? 9-7. Okay, why should I change? They went 8-4 in their last 12 games last year. Why should I change now? They're 2-2. Good. They can go 8-4 again. I got you. That's cool. 10-6, 11-5 to me. That's the record. I'm sticking with it. I'm sorry. This is still a good team to me. They whooped the Jaguars' ass week 2. They look good in week 3. They lost to the Raiders week 1, and they got their ass kicked in a road divisional game today. A game that before the season, I had us losing. I had us being 2-2 at this point preseason. We're 2-2 at this point. We're good. All right, so there you go. That's my thoughts on the Titans. For the Texans, look, you know, here's the thing. I don't want to keep talking about this. I'm going to do all of us a favor. I'm going to stop talking about my prediction that Deshaun Watson is going to be a bust. Okay, because I realize more and more this prediction is not to my benefit. And let me explain why. It's not because he's not going to be a bust. I think he will. I'm sticking with that. But it's going to take years for me to be proven right on this, and it's not worth talking about every damn week, because it's going to take years. Okay, people, he looked really good today. But what you must realize, every big-time quarterback bust, for the most part, okay, the Vince Youngs, the Colin Kaepernicks, the RG3s, they had great games. They had great seasons. RG3 was the rookie of the year. He was great. He had a 4-touchdown, 1 interception game 1 week. Next week, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions the next. Went to the playoffs his rookie year, led the Redskins to 10-6. He was great. Vince Young, rookie of the year, led all these comeback drives. He was great. Colin Kaepernick led the Super Bowl run. He was great. But you saw signs that this ain't gonna last long. He's scrambling too much, although Watson today did not scramble too much. But he's scrambling around too much. There's questions about his health because Watson takes too many big hits. So there's question about that long term. And he's just, there's too many signs there that this isn't gonna last long. And I'm sticking with that with Watson. But it's going to take years for me to be right on this. So I'm gonna stop talking about that, but just know I still believe that. So today he was really good, okay? Watson was really good today. That's all I'm going to say. He was making throws in the pocket, whatever. That's all I'm going to say on Watson is how he's looking in that moment. Know that I still believe he's going to be a bust, but saying it every week is pointless because it's not going to be proven true for years. Because in the meantime, he's going to have good games. And when he has good games, people are going to tell me I'm wrong. When he has bad games, people are going to tell me he's only a rookie or that I'm right. Regardless, we're just going back and forth. Of course he's going to have good games. Of course he's going to have bad games. What's going to be the end of the story? We don't know. Why debate it for years, right? So I'm done debating and talking about this Watson future prospect. Know that I believe he's going to be a bust, but there's no point in debating for years. We're going to talk about this for years. I mean, imagine if we're still talking about Blake Bortles. I mean, it's been years and he hasn't been good, but he's still starting. You know, even bad quarterbacks can start for years. So I'm done talking about that. But outside of that, did the defense play well for the Texans today? I mean, it ended up playing well when Cass was in the game. Andre Howell, 2 interceptions, so he did well. J.J. Watt, he's being disruptive, but he's not being productive. I wonder how Texas fans feel about that, but he is being disruptive, so I guess you still like that. Clowney, I didn't see much of Clowney today. The defense didn't impress me too much today. I mean, other than the interceptions, of course, Marcus Gilchrist and Andre Howell. And they did limit our yardage. It's not like we got a bunch of yards today, but I mean, I just felt our offense was just either completely out of it or just ass with Matt Castle. Not much to conclude there. For the Texans wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins a beast. You know, yeah, he pushes off a bit, but he's good. He's damn good. If you guys haven't extended him yet, I can't remember if you have, but if you haven't, do it. The guy's good, and he's integral to your passing game. Lamar Miller looked great today, so it's nice to see him doing some extracurricular things, showing some things that he can do. And the Texans are now 2-2. Okay, so we'll see how they finish this season. They competed against the Patriots last week, and they damn near won. But as I always say, regardless about what team I'm talking about, I don't care when you almost win. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Okay, so you almost won. That's cute. That's all you're going to get from me. You got your ass kicked week 1 by the Jags. Even then, I don't care. It's an L. It's an L or a W. That's my philosophy. So, you're 2-2. Titans are 2-2. Jags are 2-2. We'll see who wins the division. I saw the Titans winning the division. Today was a horrible L. Someone said it was worse than the Patriots 59-0 L. No, that one was worse. Because at the end of the day, this team could still, and I predict that they will, assuming Mariota is healthy, which is a big if right now, go and win the AFC South, go to the playoffs, lose, and have a nice season. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Read your thoughts, comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See you all later.